Welcome back to AS Academy Learning Forever. In my last e-tutorial, we have studied about basic of electron microscopy, where we have seen how electron microscope give better resolution as compared to light microscope. We have also seen difference in transmission and scanning electron microscope in terms of its working principle. In today's session, we will study about transmission electron microscope in detail. At the end of this e-learning session, you are able to define transmission electron microscope, draw a ray diagram and understand its design, and state application of transmission electron microscopy. Let's see definition. A microscopic technique where a beam of electron is transmitted through a sample or specimen to form an image is called as transmission electron microscopy. So important point to be remembered in case of TEM, that is transmission electron microscopy, is transmission of the electrons. So very important thing, the electrons are transmitted from the samples and these electrons help to form the image. Let's see working principle of transmission electron microscope in detail. Suppose there is a slide which is kept on the stage of electron microscope, which consists of biological sample having two types of components: sample components with more atomic weight and sample component with less atomic weight. So when electron hit the sample, depending upon the atomic weight of different component of the sample, there is lateral absorption of the electron. When electron hit the sample with more atomic weight, then in such cases there will be more lateral absorption. Since more electrons are absorbed by the sample, what will happen to the transmission? So transmission will be less. Since there is less transmission, the sample component with more atomic weight, they appear as a dark in color. Whereas in case of sample component with less atomic weight, when electron hits this type of sample, there will be less lateral absorption. Since there is less lateral absorption, what will happen to the transmission of electron? Transmission of electron will be more. As there is more transmission of the electron is there in case of sample component with less atomic weight, these components of the specimen will appear as a bright color. This more and less transmission of the electron, it develop contrast between different components of the sample. So this contrast which is developed due to less or more transmission of the electron help to distinguish between different components of the specimen. But remember that many biological sample, they having less atomic weight. Okay, so if there are the sample with less atomic weight, so in such case, if you want to visualize this type of specimen, since all the component they having less atomic weight, there will be more transmission of the electron, and due to that it will not develop proper contrast to distinguish between different component of the specimen. Therefore, to enhance contrast, such material can be mixed with salt of heavy metals, example uranium or tungsten. This is about the principle of transmission electron microscopy. Now we'll see about the ray diagram of the transmission electron microscope. First important part, in case of transmission electron microscope, it is a shield which does not allow air particle to enter and ensure vacuum inside the chamber. This arrangement avoid electron from scattering and going away from the right path, because if there is no vacuum, then electron will scattered after hitting to air particle. So entire process of transmission electron microscope, it happens in a vacuum in a protective shield. Next part is electron gun, which generally consists of tungsten filament cathode which is heated to generate the electron. After electron gun, there is condenser lens. Below condenser lens there is stage to keep the sample. Followed by that there are series of lenses which including objective lens and projection lens. Also there is image plane which consists of fluorescence screen. An image it is formed is projected on the viewing system. So the electron which are generated by the electron gun will pass through the sample, okay, and depending upon the atomic weight of different component of the sample, there will be less or more transmission of the electron. The electron will then pass through a series of electromagnetic lens which including objective lens and projection lens, which will magnify the image of the specimen. Further, this electron image is converted into a visible form by projecting it on the fluorescent screen on the photographic film. So this is about the design and the ray diagram of the electron microscope. So to summarize, electron microscope consists of four important components. First important thing, it is about the vacuum. So to ensure this vacuum inside the electron microscope, we have used a protective shield. So entire procedure of electron microscopy, it is done in a vacuum. Second component, it is electron gun, which generate the electron. Third component is the series of lenses. So these lens, it help in magnification of the image. And remember that in case of electron microscopy, all these are electromagnetic lenses. The last component of electron microscope, it is to view the image. Fluorescent screen and viewing system is used to see the image of the specimen which is formed due to electron microscopy. So at the end, you can see such high resolution and magnified image of the sample. We know that the sample like viruses are too small to study under the compound microscope. So you need to have the microscope with very high magnification and resolution. Such sample like viruses can be properly seen under transmission electron microscope with very good magnification and resolution. Let's see about application of transmission electron microscopy. It helps in studying composition, structure and properties of specimen even at submicron level. So to studying the sample or the specimen which having the size of submicron level, it is not possible in case of compound microscope. Since electron microscope having the magnification and resolution about 200 times more as compared to compound microscope, you can easily see such sample under transmission electron microscopy. TEM is also used in the study of morphology and local chemistry of metals, ceramics and minerals. Even you can conduct morphological studies of fine powders, whole organisms such as bacteria and viruses. You can view frozen biological samples. So in case of frozen biological samples, if you take it out of the freeze or out of the refrigerator, they undergoes the process of degradation. So to visualize such sample, you can use transmission electron microscopy, which is cloned with the cryo stage. So this is the special requirement which is needed to view the frozen biological sample, where you are using a TEM, that is transmission electron microscope, with cryo stage. Let's recall what we have learned through short question and answers. My first question is, state true or false, scattering of electrons are measured in transmission electron microscopy. False, because we are not measuring scattering of electron in transmission electron microscopy, we measure transmission of electron. Next question, what is used to improve the contrast in case of component of specimen with low atomic weight? So we have seen in case of many biological sample, we can use a salt of heavy metal, example uranium, or we can also use the tungsten to improve the contrast in case of component of specimen with low atomic weight. Next question, name different lens used in case of transmission electron microscope. So in case of transmission electron microscope, we have used objective and projection lens. Next question is the fill in the blank. So ... screen is used to view the image of specimen in transmission electron microscope. We use fluorescent screen to view image of the specimen. This is all about transmission electron microscopy. Do watch my next e-tutorial on scanning electron microscope. Thanks for watching. For more such learning, subscribe to my YouTube channel.